Brazil's polarizing former president, Jair Bolsonaro, indicted on criminal charges. Federal authorities accusing Bolsonaro and 16 others of entering false information into a public health database to obtain COVID-19 vaccine certificates for himself, his 12-year-old daughter, and close allies, allegedly without ever taking a single dose. During the pandemic, Bolsonaro openly rallied against the vaccine, despite the Latin American country at one point having the highest daily COVID death rate. Police accused him of tampering with health records when he traveled to the U.S. in 2022, while vaccinations were still required for entry into the U.S. Bolsonaro has previously denied those allegations.
This is big, especially given the demonstration of support that Bolsonaro has from the population. This is the first demonstration that he has of the possibility of going to jail later on.
This isn't the only investigation he's facing. Newly released court documents show former top Brazilian military leaders testified that Bolsonaro presented them with a plan for a coup following his election loss in 2022. But it failed because he didn't have their support. Speaking at a rally this weekend, Bolsonaro slamming the investigation, but saying he does not fear a trial.
Não tenho medo de qualquer julgamento. Dentro dos juízes,
Bolsonaro was elected in 2019, modeling his own right-wing populist image on one of his closest friends on the international stage, former President Trump.
He has done a very outstanding job, ran one of the incredible campaigns. Somebody said it a little bit reminded people of our campaign, which I'm honored by.
Bolsonaro lost his 2022 re-election bid to the country's former president, leftist Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva.
We saw literally a massive manifestation in support of Bolsonaro. The majority of the country elected Lula as president, but as I said, by a very thin margin of 2 million votes, which is very little compared to the Brazilian population who is voting.
But much like Trump, Bolsonaro claimed the election was stolen, making baseless allegations of fraud and refusing to concede. And almost 2 years to the day after the January 6th insurrection in Washington, Bolsonaro supporters storming government buildings and smashing windows in protest. President Biden speaking out against the violence, calling it an assault on democracy and on the peaceful transfer of power. But to this day, the outrage persists. Rallies for Bolsonaro drawing tens of thousands of supporters across Brazil. I came here to honor Bolsonaro, the supporter says. He is our elected president. The other one was appointed. Bolsonaro has already been barred from running for office again until 2030 for casting doubts about the veracity of his country's elections. But tonight, for the first time, the controversial leader is facing indictment in his own country as his legal troubles intensify.
And David Noriega joins us now from Los Angeles. So, David, if Bolsonaro is convicted on these charges, could he actually serve jail time? And what is the status of the other legal cases he's currently facing?
Yeah, Ellison, so on this case specifically, Bolsonaro faces anywhere from 2 to 12 years of jail time if he is convicted. And this is just one of numerous criminal investigations against him. You know, a lot of world leaders over the years have been compared to Donald Trump. A lot of the time, those comparisons don't actually make that much sense. Bolsonaro is a situation where the parallels are actually remarkable, and this is one of them. Just the number of criminal investigations against him, ranging from the sort of weird and frivolous. He was just recently, for example, accused of harassing a humpback whale off the coast of Sao Paulo state, to the very serious, including various investigations into his role in attempting to instigate a coup after he lost re-election in 2022. Again, the parallels to Trump are remarkable. And as with Trump, we have to remember that it isn't just Bolsonaro, the man and the political figure. It is Bolsonarismo, the political movement that he inspired and led, and which, even if Bolsonaro himself is off the political scene, will not go anywhere anytime soon. Ellison?
David Noriega, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.